Royal sources are still traumatized by the Sussexes' successful Nigerian tour. So I recorded this earlier, but I am having trouble. So I have to redo it basically. And so this is from page 6, I believe. Yeah, this is from page 6. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's recent Nigeria trip was such a glossy PR success they are likely to set up more for royal tours. Much to the chagrin of actual working royals, Insider told page 6 the couple's visit earlier this month came to the heels of much publicized February trip to Canada to promote 2025 Invictus Games. But well-placed royal sources with knowledge of royal tours worry that such splashy, high-profile jaunts could create a major diplomatic incident for other countries. One well-placed royal source told page 6 Harry and Meghan trip was very interesting since it didn't fit any of the normally accepted royal categories. This will have given the High Commission in Nigeria a headache if a prince lands a youth perch officially or otherwise. You have protocol, security, and media issues which have to be right. Normally, the royal source added this would all be part of the planning of a proper royal tour. But Harry and Meghan's tour showed they're all about media strategy, and how they divert from royalty's role as super ambassador for Britain. When Harry and Meghan breaks all the usual norms of royal visits, it somewhat looks like the royal family can't manage itself properly. This all comes as the most popular working royals are not able to travel on official tours. Kate Middleton, along with Prince William, last went to tour to Belize, Jamaica, and Bahamas. A trip fraught with political issues is in 2022, but Princess of Wales is now out of the public eye as she battles cancer. King Charles and Queen Camilla, meanwhile, were meant to visit Australia later this year, but Charles, 75, is also battling cancer. A high-profile royal visit overseas has one main function: to promote British interests. Diplomatic, trade, cultural, and humanitarian. That's their job, said the royal source. By the grace of God, there wasn't a major diplomatic incident this time, but it's a risk for the future that Harry and Meghan seem to be willing to disregard, they said. This is not what anybody said. This is what they said, the royal source. A British official with knowledge of royal tours told page 6 that Harry and Meghan's attention-drawing travels would cause a medium headache for embassies and high commissions. It would be up to the British embassy and the host country to decide how to engage with them, the source said, admitting the Foreign Office feels the impact of having fewer working royals. It's like a little bit of gold dust, and you can only sprinkle it so far. And I like the take from celebrity Kaiser. She's so funny and very cool. So she wrote Kaiser from celebrity.com. So if you're a royal fan, Meghan and Harry's fan, celebrity is a good source. A high-profile royal visit overseas has one main function: to promote British interests. Diplomatic, trade, cultural, and humanitarian. That's their job. After screaming and lecturing everyone about how the Sussexes are out of institution, why would they be expected to promote British interests or do any of job for the UK or monarchy? Why is there this refusal to acknowledge that two private citizens were invited to do tour organization between Nigeria's Defense Department and Archwell, which highlighted the Sussexes' private work and not British interests? As the lack of major diplomatic incident, considering that the heir is a gaffe machine who can't even attend a BAFTA without offending people. So this is Kaiser said. she's so funny. Maybe just focus on the diplomatic incident of the working royals. I agree with that. Anyway, I think the story is sort of fascinating because it's admission that the left behind Windsors suck at tours, and the Windsors keep rooting for the Sussexes to fail, only to be continuously traumatized by Sussexes' many successes. So they are visiting the Nigeria with the invitation of the Nigerian Defense Department, which is the headquarters, and that's the purpose of their visit, to promote the Invictus game, because Nigeria, as I said before, is the first the first African country who joins the Invictus game. Invictus game has helped the Nigerian injured veterans to come back to normal, come back to society, and get back to normal lives. You can imagine they losing limbs and getting depressed, cannot function, trying to get back to society. And not only the veterans themselves, also the family is affecting so many people around them, and depression, PTSD. That's what Harry's had too. That's why Harry studied these Invictus games to help his fellow veterans, especially these injured veterans, and which has been very successful with I believe 21 or 23 countries have joined the Invictus games, because they all believe in Prince Harry's Invictus games, where he started on 2014, which is it has been 10 years and very successful. And unfortunately, the family, the royal family, are not supporting Prince Harry in these Invictus games. And also, this is between Invictus games and the Prince Harry's and Meghan's Archwell Foundation, who managed this trip. Has nothing to do with the royal family. They are private citizens, and they were invited by the government of Nigeria, the military. So that's what it is.